I don't want you to waste your money on this. Hi everyone, how are you doing today? The second palette I want to talk about is the Lorac Mega Pro 4. This is Lorac's latest holiday release, and I have heard very good things about their previous Mega Pro releases, and even this one is favorite of one of my favorite YouTubers, which is Emily Noel. She has mentioned it in a few of her videos, and she said that she could not keep it down, and I thought these colors were pretty unusual. So I thought, it will be a good addition to my collection. Plus, when I was in Ulta, that day it was $44, and the same day I had a 20% off coupon, which was applicable on the prestige brands. So that brought the price down to $35 approximately, bringing the price per gram for the palette to only $2.75. And I was like, oh my God, that is like great value for Lorac. Lorac shadows are beautiful, blendable. They are known to have a little bit of fallout, but I can work with modern Renaissance, so Lorac shouldn't be that bad. I have used their smaller palette, the Matte Pro, and I like it. I have used their California palette, which is also okay. The blush palette from the Pirates of the Caribbean collection, I really, really like. So I was very, very happy to have snagged this, and I actually did not just buy one. I used 2,000 of my points. I purchased 2 of these, one for myself and then one for you guys as a part of a giveaway that would be coming up soon. Stay tuned. And I bought a bunch of other stuff, and I was like really, really excited to bring it home. The packaging is the usual nice and sleek packaging, non-gimmicky, very kind of, basic but pretty. It's a very thin palette, comes with a nice size mirror and 32 shades, which total to about 12.8 grams. I thought the color selection was very pretty. It's almost like diagonal, and you can see like all of these shades are pretty pale. These shades are pretty dark. All of them have kind of cool tone, which is unusual for my collection, and I thought it would be a good addition to whatever I have, since I always tend to reach for like vibrant and bright and warm toned colors. But for me, it doesn't seem to be working. The light shades, like besides the flamingo, which is kind of okay as a crease shade, I don't see too many differences once they are on my lids. Like, yes, this is the flamingo shade, which is pretty invisible, and then everything else just looks white. One of them is sage, one of them is cool taupe, and the other one is, I think, oat, like sugar cookie. I don't know, one of them might be sugar cookie. They all just look the same, which kind of surprised me, but that might just be because I am a brown skin tone girl. So what's unusual, it comes with this like super white shade called Cotton, and it's nice, but can you see the dust storm? It's kicking off. And then when it goes on my lids, where is it? Right, can't find it. Butterscotch, that would usually be my ideal setting shade, so I can't say anything about it not showing up. Cool taupe, this one is kind of nice and pigmented, you can say. Flamingo, another of the shades that I usually go for as my crease shades. I love these kind of shades in my crease. Now let's get into some of the darker colors and some unusual colors. So this is light sage. It's like a light pink. Oh, it's a light green color. But sadly, it's not the palettes fault for my skin tone. This just looks white, doesn't look like anything. I'm gonna take this mahogany shade. I love the naming of this palette. They are on point. When I read the name of the shadow, I know exactly, I can kind of almost picture it in my head, and the shade is exactly that. So that's what I really, really like about this palette. This shade is called Blackberry, and as I said before, the mattes are workable. This shade is called Spice. I'm gonna add some more of the mahogany back here because it looks like it got blended away or it disappeared. Then they have this shade called Denim. You know what I mean by naming? It's it's on point. Like denim, yes, that's the shade. But it applies super patchy on me. Like if I try to like pack it on in the middle of my lid, and then I kind of try to blend it, it blends away. Like it creates like a bald patch. It creates like a bald patch right in the center. Let's go into some shimmers. I'm gonna take the shade Peacock. It looks gorgeous in the pan, and I had high hopes from the shade, but where is it, right? I'm like really loading my brush here. Like I have almost dug into the shadow, you can say. Okay, now that I got it to apply, look at the amount of fallout on this. If you have your makeup on, this is gonna stick and stay. It doesn't just brush away. People say that, you know, do your eye makeup first and then you can, you know, do the rest of your makeup. I'm not very precise, like, you know, going over my, I always end up getting my makeup over my lids. So that's not an option for me. This is a shade that I really like from this palette, and it's making me sad that I have to return it. It's like a very chunky, pretty purple, but I kind of do have the shade in my NYX Metals palette. And this also gives you a ton of fallout. For those who have been cribbing about the NYX palettes being expensive, look at this. And then play with the NYX shadows. If you have a NYX store nearby, you'll be blown away. This is a shade called Honey. Again, the naming is amazing. Like honey, yes. You know, that's honey. I got you. I got you. This is honey. It's not some names that I can't pronounce and don't know what to think of. But on my lids, the shade is called Vamp, kind of a purple gray, you can say. This one applies very pretty on the lid, but then the fallout is crazy. This shade is called Lagoon, on point again with the naming. It's like a dark kind of perfect lagoon green, bluish green, you can say. This is called Raven. It's like a sparkly black, very pretty shade. Can you see here? Let's try Unicorn, like a light purpley pink shade. Can you see this? Like if I do this, and actually let me show you guys the brush. Can you see the fallout on the ferrule? And when I brush it off, the blue color actually transfers onto my skin and on my lower lash line. Like I never applied any pigment here, and there is absolutely no way to get it off. I don't know if you can see it, like they have like blue patches everywhere. And I have like some age spots here, but it looks like now I have age spots there. And the worst part is when it gets like this close to the eye and doesn't wipe away. That's the most frustrating part. So let me struggle with that off camera and I'll be back. I mean, I don't know what's it about these shades. I mean, they feel like really beautiful and, you know, very soft to touch, but way too much fallout. And every time I have created a look with these shadows, I just don't like my makeup that day, because I think somehow the pigments not just fall on my face, like I just end up getting all blotchy with the pigment, and you know, they somehow transfer to the rest of my face. I don't know, there are like tiny specks that still remain and then get pressed in and smeared. I don't know if Emily Noel got a different batch, if there are different batches of this or what, or if she got a PR package that was made differently, or I don't know what the deal is, but this palette is just not working for me. I have tried to create a few looks with this. I actually recorded an Eye Friday with the palette and I deleted the whole video. So needless to say, it is going back. So if you don't have an option to kind of swatch it or kind of use it and return it if you don't like it, I would say stay away from it. Ingredient wise, I did not find anything specifically different in this one, except that it says that it is made of US and non-US materials. Now that doesn't tell me much about the palette, but I don't think it's worth it. And not so surprisingly, next time I was in Ulta, the price has been slashed to $35. I think Ulta already had an idea that this palette was not going to do so well, and they have been trying to kind of get rid of it. But I'm returning mine, and I'm returning the second one that I bought. I'm gonna think of something else to put in the giveaway, because I feel like along with these bad makeup releases, I'm hoping there are some good makeup releases as well, and I would like to include something that I really enjoy to give you guys. I don't like to make videos like this when I'm kind of, you know, hating on certain products, but I really wanted to kind of make you guys aware of things that I don't think are good. Let me know what you guys think of them. You know, if you think it's helpful, useful, or you know, you don't think that's a good idea. So let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and thanks again for watching. Bye.